Hey everyone. I think I might have this working. I don't know. It's been trying, let's just put it that way. Okay, I think it's working. And I don't know how I'm going to see comments. I have no idea. But we're just going to play along. Okay. All right, so I have my Max Stitch program opened. And it says my internet is unstable. Isn't that great? So what I do is I go into the image import wizard, select my image, and cat over the willow. So what I do is I take that sketch that I showed you on, I don't know, 2 episodes ago, and I had to take it into Photoshop and just fill in some color. On my old computer that I have down here at the studio, my Max Stitch program, I didn't have to do that. I could just put in a line drawing, but I'm using my laptop, and on my laptop, it will not, like if it's just a line drawing, it comes in just crazy and can't make anything out. So anyways, last night I went into Photoshop, or yesterday I went into Photoshop and I colored it. So here is where I choose how big I want this design to be. Okay. So right now it's 11 by 14. That's way too big. So we're going to make this. Sometimes I bring it in and then I realize, yeah, that's going to be too small. And so I just delete it and I start over. So let's see. Oh yeah, hold on. I got to do something here. I was going to record this in case the live didn't work. How do I do that? Let me go back into this. No. Shoot. Record. Can I record? Is that the recording? No. What'd I do? Maybe I can't record from here. Shoot. Well, I guess I just hope this works, and I hope that it will save. If not, I'm gonna have to start all over. I meant to record this. Oh, right here. Maybe. Record. No. Yeah, Zoom is so, I think, so complicated. There's just too many buttons, then there's too many things you can do. Let's see. One more thing I'm going to try, and then if it doesn't work. Yeah, right there. Record this to the cloud. Well, let's see if that works. I don't know if there's even anyone watching because I don't see comments. Maybe I could get my phone. If I have my phone here. Okay, so I can see the chat if I do maybe this. Yay. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Daisy, Joe, and Jerry. Okay, so now I feel better because I know you guys are watching. Okay, so I'm importing the image. So right now it says 7 inches by 8.5. I still think that's a little bit big. Like a 6 by 7, maybe 8. I'm gonna bring it in as a 6-inch wide by 7-inch tall, and let's just see what that looks like. So then I hit the next button. So can you guys tell me, are you seeing my screen, my computer screen? I'm assuming you are. How many colors will I allow? I don't need that many, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 12. Then I hit next, and I usually choose weeks. And then once I get it all designed and printed out, then I take it to where all my floss is, and then I can decide if I want to substitute, you know, some DMC or Classic Colorworks, because it's not a perfect science. This program is not perfect, and it chooses some colors that Weeks doesn't even offer. But anyways, I'm so familiar with Weeks because that's what I've used ever since I started 15 years ago with punch needles. So I'm so familiar with their colors that it just is a great place for me to go with this. So I hit done. And this is how it comes in, and it's horrifying. Yeah, so look. So, I mean, the basic shapes are there. It's a jumping off point, basically. So I'm gonna move this over so I can see your comments. Hi, Sarah, Paulette. Will the size differ with the stitch count? Yes. What I can do too is right now it says 84 by 100. So I could go in to, I use this. This is yarntree.com. I just go to Google and I type in cross stitch calculator, and then I choose the yarn tree one. This is how I do all of mine. So I'd put in 84 by 100 and let's say 32 count over 2. So this would be 5.5 by 6.25 inches when it's finished on 32 count linen. So that, you know, that is pretty small. So I think I'm going to bring this in a little bit larger. I have it at 84 by 100 because I want to get a little bit more detail. So I'm just going to delete this one. If this is working, I'm going to freak out. It seems to be working. Okay. So I had that one, it's 6 inches, 7 inches. And I mean, just an inch, you'll see a big difference. Let's do 7.5 by 9. I like that. And then go back down here to, I think I had it on 12. And then choose weeks again. Let's see what, yeah, this looks better. There's more detail. It's still, there's a lot of work to do here, but it's still better than the other one. So now I want to get back to all the comments. That is not it. There we go. So I could look, so this one is 105 by 125. Let me put that in here. And a 32 count would be 6 5/8 by 7 5/8. So that's better. And if you did it on like a 28 count, 7.5 by 8 7/8. So I think that's a decent size. All right. Hi, Christine. Hi, Doreen. This is fun. I can't believe I finally figured this thing out. Okay, let's get designing. So here are the colors they chose for me. And see where it says obsolete? That means they don't even make that color anymore. So why it's in the program, I don't know. I probably need to update my program. That might help. So let's move this over like this. A lot of times what I'll do is I just go ahead and use the colors that they chose just to get the design done. And then I'll go in and choose what I'll pull floss sometimes and go off that. So, and then I also need, I should go get the sketch. Let me see. I can maybe do it this way. I'll probably have too many things on my screen, so it's not going to work. Find cat over vine. Oh, it's not vine, it's Willow. All right. So if I have that somewhere that I can see it, that helps me a lot. Make this smaller. Okay. This is tricky. I'm trying to see y'all's comment and I'm trying to still be able to see the sketch a little bit. All right, cool, Teresa. All right, so then I just go in and I choose this. They chose curry for this cat. And I'm going to zoom in. And of course, like I said, I will change the floss colors, but just for getting started. So I can, oh, it's not curry. Oh, it's this one, putty. And putty, you know what's funny? Putty is a green. But on here, it looks like a gray kind of taupe. So I can go in and I can just delete each one of these, or I can go up here where it says brush, and I can do a bunch at one time, and it just makes it go faster. I don't normally do it around the edges because I can mess that up. So how's my volume? Am I too loud? Is it good? And I hope when I'm done this post right to YouTube, that would be helpful. All right, so then I'm going to go back up and I'm just going to get, if I click on full, then it's just one full stitch. What color cat should it be? In my original, I have like a little tan, kind of a plain looking kitty. I mean, I could do a tiger cat. You know, I could put stripes on them, and then whoever decides they want to do this one, then they can decide if they want the stripes on or not. So I do this a lot while at the house watching TV, because having Flosstube on or something, because this is just mindless work. It's like painting with these pixels. And then I go, and so I want to erase these here. Oh, another thing I like to do, which I designed forever, not even knowing this, but I always just design with the white background. And then I discovered, I think it was just maybe 6 months ago, I can choose my cloth color. And it really does help me to choose floss colors by doing that. So I tend to like, my stomach's round. I hope you guys can't hear that. I tend to like beigey, yellowy, tannish, taupish colors. So I don't want it too yellow though. So as you can see, I hope you guys can see this pretty clear. So I'm just kind of moving that around until I find a color I like. That's kind of a gray. Let's see what that does when I add it. Didn't do it. What is going on? It didn't change it. I did something wrong there. Oh, I must have hit cancel instead of okay. No, it's not working. Oh, I know why. Okay, when I bring an image in, the first thing I need to do is get rid of icicle. For whatever reason, because the background is white on the kitty picture, it always makes the entire background white with icicle. So I just have to go into my palette, remove active thread from the palette, bam, there you go. So now we have this nice color background. And you know, what I can do too is if I think that's too dark, and that will help me also determine what linen I want it to be stitched on for my patterns. So I'm going to lighten that a bit. That looks better. Okay, I was just checking on, see if there's any questions. So then I just, like I said, I go in. It's going to be so boring to watch this. I might not do the whole thing. I'll just see how long it takes and then ask you guys if you still want to watch or not. So I hope everyone's New Year's off to a good start. Had my pattern release, so as you can imagine, we're super busy here at the studio. Oh, those are whiskers. I'm like, what are those supposed to be? So for that, I will just use back stitching. So I watched Cheryl and Colleen stitching with the sisterlies this morning, and Colleen's like, big no on back stitching. So I did my first back stitching on the Fabulous Monsters, and it's not bad. It's pretty darn easy actually. But depending on what fabric you choose, if you choose a different fabric, you don't necessarily have to do the back stitching on my Fabulous Monsters. So if you choose like a lighter background, like Picture This Plus Legacy or something where it's a cream background, you wouldn't have to backstitch. I only did the back stitching because the fabric that I chose, it just needed to pop a little more. So it was no big deal. So yeah, I actually enjoyed that. So it got me kind of fired up to learn how to cross stitch. And I bought a light and it came in a couple of days ago. I finally unboxed it today and set it up. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. And I was just like testing it and looking at, fabric and things through the magnifier with the light. I think I could stitch on 40 count with this thing. I mean, it's incredible. But here's the deal, guys. I don't know how to stitch. So I need to watch some videos. I know Teresa Vanette has a video how to cross stitch faster or something. So let me explain what I just did there. So I'm trying to get the ears on the cat a little more pointed. In order to do that, I have to use half stitches or tent stitches. Y'all can tell me what's the difference between a half stitch and a tent stitch. I don't really know. I think it's the same thing, but I don't know. So sometimes I will use half stitches and tent stitches just to give, not on the whole design, but just to give like his ears a little bit better definition. I mean, that looks a lot better, don't you think? It can be tedious. What's that? Oh, back stitching. Yeah, I mean, if you had a design that everything was back stitched, Lord have mercy, that would be intense. So I know some of the more realistic looking, like landscape cross stitch has a lot of back stitching to make everything kind of pop. And I get why they do that because it does make a huge difference. But I can imagine if you had to do a huge piece, it would be tedious. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. My furnace is coming on and it's so loud. I'm just going to apologize right now, but I'm telling you, it's cold today. I need to keep it on or I will be freezing. Yeah, we got snow last night, so I was out there shoveling today and cursing winter. I miss already the days of walking out of the house with flip-flops on. Got to get bundled up now. So is this interesting to you at all, guys? Hi, Sheila. Good morning, ladies. I have been stitching for 20 years. I like 18 count. Stitching for 20 years, that's awesome. I wish, well, I mean, it's not that I don't know people that can cross stitch that I could go and have them help me. I wanted to go out to see Donna Fidawa. She lives about an hour away from me. And she told me to come to her house and she would teach me everything about different linens and how to stitch and everything. And I really need to take her up on that. But life is so busy. It's hard to find the time, to do that. So this little crown looks a little weird. Might have to do some half stitches or tent stitches on that little crown as well. So if you're just joining, don't freak out about these colors. You know me, I like more primitive colors. These are the colors that came up. So I'm just going with it for now. And I can change them later. I don't like that. Trying to get this little crown to look right on his little head. I say him as if I know what kind of cat this is. Working for the first time on 28 count. I know, I say, oh, I want to stitch on 40 count. I'm sure I won't start out on 40 count. I'm pretty darn sure I'm not gonna. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like how that looks. So, see, this is what I do. I just keep going back and forth until I find what I like. Let's do this. So I have What You Paint Wednesdays tonight, guys. And I don't know if I'm going to do it on Facebook or if I'm going to do it on my other YouTube channel where it's more about my art. I don't know. Kristen's not going to be able to do it. Oops. Be able to do it with me tonight. So I can kind of do it wherever I want. I just don't know where that's going to be. Oh my gosh. I'm having a hard time. Dang it. I want a full stitch. Yeah. Evidently, I do need to focus a little bit. Let's do this maybe. I'm having a hard time with this stinking blinking crown, I tell you that much. Oh, that looks awful. Okay, let's try this. Maybe I need to do this and then do this. I don't know, maybe he's not gonna wear a crown. So far, I'm not really liking the crown. It's a little wanky. You'll be there tonight, Daisy? Cool. I don't know, like I said, if I should do that on Facebook or on, oh, I got an idea, or on YouTube. Probably Facebook, because that's where everyone kind of knows to look. This crown is going to be the death of me. A good start is a 14 count for your first. So if it was linen, that'd be 28 count, right? You're talking like 14 count Ada. Yeah, I got to get the maneuvers, not the maneuvers. What would you say? I got to get the technique. I got to get the technique down for. Oh, finally, it looks sort of like a crown or a half star coming out of his head. But for now, it's looking like it's sitting on his head. It was. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So, and then like for his eyes, and his little cute nose. Oh, look at that. But I like how their noses are like little V-shaped. So this is where I would do back stitching. If I want to put his mouth in there, it'd have to be back stitching. So it'd be something like this. Let's see what this looks like. He looks like he's saying, what? Oh, that's funny. The crown, take the crown up a little. I know, and well, it will never look just like the sketch, that's for sure, but let me try that. Oops. So if I want to move something, this is what I do. I take the toolbar and I hit select. And I want to make sure to include all the squares that the crown is in. and I hit cut, edit, paste. So if I want to move it up one, then I got to keep in mind these moved. So then I would go in here and just do that. And then I would go to erase and get rid of these. If you like that, you get down on his head a little more. Can I flatten? I keep trying to, but you got to keep in mind, this is the hardest part about designing, especially when you're designing like an animal or a person. You're working in squares to get something round. If this was way bigger, okay, so if this was going to be a 10 or a 12 by 14, I could get a lot more detail and I could get more curves. But like, even like, look at his leg, see how jagged it is. But keep in mind, when this is actually stitched, it's going to be pretty small. So all those little jaggedy edges really don't show up. I don't like how this ear is going whoosh, right into his head. So let me see if I can do something different here. Let me see. That did not do it. Almost like he's got a bump on his head. Let me do this maybe. Boom, boom, boom. And then this might just do it. What do you think? I think that looks better. So let me just shrink it down. Where it says view and you can put it on like actual size. I know you can in Photoshop. Stitch size. I don't know that. Zoom. Well, I guess what you would do is you would, I don't know. So this says an inch here. Anyways, what do you guys think? All right. And what I find super hard to make are stars. Stars are not easy to make using this, you know, just these little squares. But like I said, once things are stitched, they look better. Who's all here still? Thank you. Thank you, Teresa and Daisy. Yeah, he looked a lot better. So thank you. See, y'all are helping me. I love this. You're having, you know, input on a design that is going to be free for y'all. Yeah, he looks cute. I love his little face. I love his little crooked mouth. He looks like, why am I here? Why am I jumping over this willow? Hey, if a cow can jump over the moon, a cat can jump over the willow, right? Yeah, so stars, to get stars to look good, you really got to do like the half stitches and stuff. So I don't know. Okay, I'm going to leave that up to you. Do you guys want to do half stitches or 10 stitches in order to have the stars look more real? Or do you really care? You know, a lot of my patterns, just the stars are all jaggedy and you can still tell they're stars. How much time in comparison is it to design? Oh, punch needle is easy. It's just drawing. It's a drawing, and then I pull the floss and I just start punching. There's no comparison. There's no chart really. And I just kind of make color choices as I go. But because I don't do my own stitching, I have to have all the floss and everything pulled, you know, first before I send it to my model stitchers. I can just tell you how relieved I am that the color, the linen choices for those 2 samplers I've been showing on Flosstube. Can I just tell you, I'm stoked that I chose good colors for those. Can you imagine? It's one of those things. I think I know what I'm doing. The colors look good, or the floss looks good when I lay it on the linen and everything. And I think it's gonna be great. But sometimes until you actually see a color stitched on that floss or on that linen, you don't know. Wait, where were you at? Yeah, that's true. Cats can give that flat ear look. You like whole stitches? I think the partial stitches are important for the curve of the cat, but I don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, because it's a lot more work for y'all, I know. So I'm going to go back in and just do full stitches on these. Trying to figure out how to do that now. It's funny because you can see my facial expressions as I'm doing this. And I look puzzled a lot of times, I'm sure. Let's see. Let's get rid of all the half stitches and then go from there. So yeah, stars are, like I said, not easy to do when you don't use half stitches. You know what? If I made this wider, then I could do the, oops. And then ta-da, we have a star. Thank you, Kobe. You love this cat. Can't wait till you release it. Okay, so Sheila, this is going to be a free PDF download for y'all. This is something I just wanted to do and to show my appreciation for the support and love that y'all give me on Flosstube and purchasing my patterns and just supporting me. So that was the deal. Oh, Lord. Hold on, my alarm's going off on my phone. And I know what it's going to tell me to do. I got to change the time on that because I still need to be warned. Like not warned, but alerted. I have to set alarms for everything or I forget. If I don't set alarms, then I have to make sure I write it in my to-do list in my planner. But where is my phone froze? What's going on here? Okay, I'll do that later. I'm supposed to send some goodies to Farm Girl, helping her out with her giveaway. I can't remember, what did she do? Was it not Stitch 9? What did she do? Maybe it was Stitch 9 challenge. I don't know, but I know she's overwhelmed with trying to figure all that out and giveaways and all that stuff. So oh, for a piece like this, back stitching would work nicely to outline the cat. Oh, yeah, Doreen, I could do that. A free punch needle pattern also. For the punch needle, it would basically just, be the drawing and then in my suggested floss colors. Yeah. Oh, see, these stars just give me hits. Like this side looks good, but because this is at a different angle and it's not straight out in like that, like it looks good here and it looks good there. And then these are just wonky. But I just usually fart around with them until they look like stars. Oh, wait. I think I got it. It's like putting together a puzzle in a way. So when I zoom back, you'll see these stars are going to be fine. See, they look good. Oh my gosh, that cat is, I actually like him as a gray cat instead of the brown kitty. I don't know. What do y'all think? Well, here's the deal. You can stitch your cat. You know, if you have a gray cat, you're good to go. If you want to do a brown cat, you can, choose your floss and change it out. So Kobe, you just dyed yourself some fabric yesterday for the first time. Cool. You like a wonky. Good. I'm really good at wonky. Okay. So and then what I can do too, I'll just show you this. So let me go into erase. I'm going to get the big brush. Let's get the biggest brush and let's get rid of the star. So what I can do is go up to toolbar, select. Let's select this star. And I want to copy him, but I want to flip it. I want to flip it from this angle to this angle. So here's all my options of what I can do. So I want to flip this left to right. And then see, oh, that's not what I want to do. Hey, you know what? I could put it down here. Y'all watching me make mistakes. Isn't that fun? No, I don't like it over there. We could put them here. And then I just got to erase that and that. So I don't want left to right. 90 degrees. Let me try that. It's got the same, I mean, it's different, but it's the same angle. And so let's say I put that there and then I go, I don't like it. And I hit edit undo and boom, it's gone. Whimsy Stitcher, your cat is watching too. Oh, that's funny. Is it Kim? I think it's Kim Esmond. When she plays my Flosstube videos, because I use my hands so much when I talk, her cat will bat at her laptop. It's so cute. What am I doing wrong? All right, I'm doing this again. Select. I'm gonna do, didn't I just do 90 degrees? Maybe I can do flip on that. Let's flip on this axis. Nope. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Is your cat chasing my cursor? Not cursor. What is this thing called? My arrow. All right, so I've tried left to right. I've tried 90 degrees. What's 270? There we go, 270. 270 degrees. Who knew? I mean, good Lord. We got it anyway. That's what I do. I just keep playing around with it until I get it the way I like it. That's funny. So I don't have to reinvent the wheel and do each one of these stars, you know? Oh my gosh, the cat face, so stinking cute. But I kind of like this little star. I think I might go with him. As if there's he's and she's. So who have you been watching on Flosstube lately, guys? Tell me. Who was I watching? Oh, I can't remember now. She's in Australia. I was watching her. I can't think of her name. I just found her and she was hilarious. Been finding new people lately and it's just so fun. That star looks like a guy, like a person dancing or something, like he's got his leg up and his little arms are out. It's cute. So let's see. I think they have the same color for the tree, but yeah, they picked some weird colors out. I'll probably do this in a 2-part series because this is going to take a while. So I'll do some today and then I'll finish it up another day. Because then what you can see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the floss colors I want and I'm going to pull the linen that I want. And then I'll come to the program and change it around and so that you can see how that works too. Teresa Little Stitcher. No, it wasn't her. No, I know who that is. Isn't she, where's she from? Is she Australia too? Yeah, I saw she had some new ones out. It is a lot of work and this is an easy design. So when I do my angels, it's out. I mean, it's ridiculous how much work goes into it and time. That's kind of why I wanted to do this, just so you can get an inside look at, what designers, because you're making choices and you're making decisions all the way through the design process. And then once you get everything done, and so once I get everything done and I pull the floss, that's usually when I go, ugh, I don't like these colors. I need to change it. And I think I'm going to start doing it different and actually pull the floss ahead of time and then design from there. That was something that just occurred to me the other day when because I want to design some more samplers. And I thought, gosh, I think I'm going to pull the floss first and that will be my jumping off point. But what was I getting at? Oh, and then so after this part is done, so let's say I have this completely finished. Okay. Then I have to go into symbols. Okay, so I click up here on symbols. And I like to, well, wait a minute, before I do that, let's say this is going to be my color palette that I'm going to use. Let me go back here. Let's say the design part is finished. I like to group my colors together. I never used to do this, but it makes more sense from a designer's perspective. So let me do this. Reorder the palette. So like what I would do is I'd move my greens together. By doing this also, it helps you to see the values. And you can see, is it what you think that would read as a dark? But look, the value is like the same. What is this bright green? I don't even want that green. So then I hit OK. And sometimes I do this. Here's that color. If I just delete it, is it going to mess with my design? You know what it's going to do? It's all in this house. Why on earth is that house, this eucalyptus green? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say palette, remove active thread. House looks better already just as the background color. So what I want to add in here, because I want my house to be like a cream color, I'm going to add a thread. And then ecru is always a safe color. If I want DMC, let me go down. In this program, I probably should update it because I'm sure that will help. But look at all these that say obsolete. I just don't understand why they're still on there. Light khaki is awesome. So I click it twice. Oh, I did it. So now I edit it twice. hit save. I'm going to go in, zoom in, and I'm kind of jumping all over just so that I can show you a little bit more. Yeah, time consuming. Barb and Leanne, I saw they had a new one. I would just grab my colored pencils and graph paper. Yeah, the only problem with that though is if you make a mistake and you want to change something, you know what I mean? It's way easier on the computer. That's really close to the background color, isn't it? You know what? I should bring in one of my, maybe I'll do that tomorrow when I finish this up. Bring in one of my angel designs and just show you how insane it is. Which one have I been using? Okay, hold on. Palette. Remove all unused threads from the palette. I use that one a lot too. Yeah, so I've been using that one. Because I had 2 light khakis on there and I didn't want that. So I want this to be like a stair step. There we go. It's time consuming, but it's kind of, it's, what do I want to say? There's gratification in it. Just like, for instance, when y'all say you don't mind block stitching, you know, because it's mindless work and you get home from work and you're tired and you don't want to have to count and think and all that jazz. Well, that's what this is for me. You know what I mean? I'm coloring with blocks on the computer and it's simple. It's just time consuming. So I outlined that house just for the fact that I don't want it to get lost in the background since I have a light fabric chosen here. Yeah, it's relaxing. I mean, I'm using just my laptop, so it has just a little pad on it, you know. I'm not using a mouse. I'm not using like a stylus. What might be nice for me to, I don't know, use some sort of tool that would make it easier, because I'm using my finger and I'm going like this and I'm pushing down when I, you know, so I can't do it for too long because I get cramps in my hand. But 2 hours here and there, no big deal. So I'm just filling this in. The one thing I like about the everything being square is it's easy to find the center point to things, and that part's is Priscilla and Chelsea out. I usually watch theirs like the minute it comes out because it's on a Saturday. Actually, I didn't last week though. Last Saturday was crazy. But a lot of times I'm at the house if I don't have a pattern release and I'm not crazy busy. I will watch theirs because I'll be either doing some punch needle or some designing like this or something. So Saturdays are nice to get caught up with some Flosstubers. I haven't watched this week's Pam and Steph. I don't know. My YouTube on my television has been acting up, and normally when they would come out with one, it would show up on my TV like right away, and it's not now. And I find that super weird. I gotta move these. So I wanna move these windows down a little bit, and I'm just gonna do it this way because it's quicker. All right, the little house is done. That's cute. I think I'm going to, that looks better. So that's basically what you do. Patchy Pony Stitcher. I know she's Australian. I was thinking that I would know her name if I heard it. She did a retreat. And I don't even know if it was like her latest video. It could have been 6 months ago. So I guess I can't really say she just did a retreat, but. All right. Yeah, and the red, on the drawing, the red was a nice bright red, and look at the red that it chose. So yeah, it's just, I know what red I want for that barn though. And I might as well just add it. Cayenne. You know what though, that's right, it's not, that's a newer color and it doesn't come up. See, it doesn't come up. The cayenne and the red rocks and cayenne. Basically, those are the same color with Weeks Dye Works. Oh, I don't have any red rocks right here to show you, but here's cayenne. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that one. So I'm going to do cayenne. So this is what I do. So let's get rid of that. So let's just go into DMC. I have all kinds of little tricks. I've been doing this a little bit. So I'll go in here and I'll find a red that is similar to cayenne. I want to say 221. I know I use that. God, it's just so off. 221 is not that wine color. It's not, because I just used 221 on my punch needle ornaments. What was the other one? 3777 or something like that. Let's go see what that one looks like. Let's just choose that. And so what I'll do is I'll go in here, palette, edit current thread. And I go in here and I say 2259. Oh, doggone it. I just clicked on it. Cayenne. Weeks Dye Works. And then I go in here and then I make sure that it's, kind of looks like cayenne. And then I use it to work on the barn. I know, I love 221 too with DMC, but it shows on this computer program, it's showed it as a really icky color. Okay, so then I just go in, it should be darker than that. I think it was probably better the way they had it. Same here, but some Saturdays I have to supervise granddaughters with son. I get it, I get it. How old are your granddaughters? My babies are coming over tomorrow. So I haven't been showing them on my Flosstube. Have you missed them? I usually insert pictures, but I was kind of freaking out about that whole kid thing on YouTube, and to be honest, I never got permission from Brianna, so I decided, oopie day, I probably shouldn't do that. And so that's why I haven't shown them. But I should have checked with Brianna and Eric first. So if you start seeing them again, you'll know I talked with them and they said it was okay. But I'm still not real clear on the whole new rules with Flosstube. So might just be safe leaving them off. Because, you know, if they shut down my channel or something, because I would lose it. I would lose it. Just like Colleen today or yesterday, whenever it was, she filmed hers and she thought she deleted her channel and it changed the name to her name because she set up with a Google email. I mean, it was, I can so relate. I would freak out too. Your internet went down. It could be my internet. I don't have a great connection down here at my studio. I do on my like desktop computer, this laptop, sometimes I have a hard time getting online. I'm just looking at comments real quick. 13, 12, and 10. Oh, all girls? You got some preteens in there. Well, one is a teen. Good times. Do they get along good? Maybe I'm being too nosy. Sorry if I am. Where at in Missouri, Teresa? I have a family that lives in Burney, Missouri, which is between Dexter and Malden, and it's about a half an hour from Sykeston. I know Sykeston is, people know where that's at. And it's rural where they're at. All right, our barn is red. I think I'm gonna do something. Let's see. I'm gonna add a darker red, like maybe crimson, for the shaded part of the barn. All girls in there, awesome, cool. Oh, she'll be 14. Cool. West Plains area, South Central, 30 minutes from Arkansas. South Central, and they're in the boot heel, so might only be an hour or something. Just finished watching Stitching with the Sisterlies. I love them. I think they're just so funny. I love how bossy Colleen is with her sister. Like, she's like keeping things going, and no, we're not doing that yet. That comes later. It's so cute. They're too funny together. They have their moments. Well, yeah, siblings. Okay, let's go into weeks. I'm going to add crimson. This one better be in here. Helps to spell it right. Okay. And then I'm just going to make, that way I can have a separate, like I can, oops, I'm on the wrong one. I can separate it there. Between Springfield and Poplar Bluff. Okay, so Poplar Bluff, I've been there. That's like bigger than Sykeston type of thing. My cousin went to Three Rivers. Isn't that Poplar Bluff? She went to Three Rivers College. I want a gray. I'm going to add, oh, my arm hurts. I want to add a gray. What is that gray like? I got my floss tree over here. Confederate gray. That'd be good. Yeah, I'm in, so I'm in, like, this was my husband's and I just confiscated it. I like to wear flannel shirts when I'm down here working. And I like the men's ones that are really big so that I can paint in them. So I asked for flannel shirts for Christmas, and Kyle got me 2. So I'm usually wearing, in the winter, I'm wearing flannels down here. All right, so Confederate Gray 1-1. I wonder if I can just put the letter, or the, yes, they had that one in there. I love that one. You make me want to play with this program. I want to do all the making. Too many irons in the fire. I know. We want to do everything, don't we? Oopsie. It's fun. I mean, I so enjoy designing. It may show in my work or my Flosstube videos when I get like super excited about something. It's saying my internet is unstable, so if I lose you, I'm so sorry. And I'm assuming if you lose me, I'm assuming it comes back on. I know. You know, I said I was going to start, in my last Flosstube, I said I was going to start a new schedule where I get down to the studio earlier and I instantly paint for 4 hours. No matter what, I'm painting 4 hours. It hasn't happened yet. Well, and a big part of it is because I just had that pattern release. So we're like stuffing pattern like crazy people over here. And I sent out, yesterday I sent out 3 charts with floss and linen to be stitched to my amazing model stitchers. So, and that takes forever. I mean, because I pull the floss and I'm telling you, it doesn't always work when you pull the floss. So I was like changing floss colors. Then I got to go in the computer program and I have to change it in the computer program. And it's a whole thing, I'm telling you. So I decided to put a little shadow on our barn just to make it more 3D and not so flat. What do you think, guys? But once the pattern release, like once we'll have everything ready to go this weekend because Monday the orders start shipping. So Monday and Tuesday will be crazy getting orders out. But then then I plan on sticking to my schedule. All right, I think that should be backstitched because that's just too much. What if I do this? It won't be, Colleen, if you're on here, it won't be that much. Little Stitcher has an excellent series on all over coverage stitching, particularly part 5 on parking threads. I would be interested in, to be honest, cannot imagine ever stitching full coverage confetti stitching like my angels are. I don't, oh shoot, I don't, it blows me away that people can do that. I forgot to hit back stitching. So up here, these are all the thingies. So I'm gonna hit back stitch. Yeah, I would be interested in seeing it because I wonder how the heck they do it. I've seen like photos because I belong to a Facebook group that's, I forget the name of it, but it's all about, you know, full coverage and confetti stitching. And, you know, they show pictures of all these threads coming out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'd lose my mind. It blows me away. I think that is an amazing talent all in its own for the people that do that kind of stitching. So Jerry that's on here, she's the one, she's my amazing model stitcher that just sent back Heaven and Nature. I'm getting so many people talking about that and asking questions about that sampler. I just scanned it in. See, here's another part. Because my beautiful friend one time said, what do you do all day? Like, why aren't you ready for Nashville already? Well, let me just tell you something. When that came in, I have to scan it, and my scanner is only so big, so I have to scan it in 2 pieces, and then I have to put it together in Photoshop, and it's not going to line up perfectly, so it takes, you know, an hour or more just to do that. And then because linen is stretchy, you know, things will be skewed, so I have to, in Photoshop, get things to be lined up, and then I got to color correct it because it comes in way too yellow always. And so I have to color correct it. I mean, it's taken me probably 3 hours on each of those samplers just to get them color corrected and to look good, to be on the cover, you know, to make my patterns. You know, so those are just little things that go on in a designer's world that, you know, I don't think people realize. You know, there's just a lot of little things that all add up to a huge amount of time. And then I've been in contact with Paula from Craft Gallery in Findlay, Ohio, and she said there's plenty of time to get them framed. She convinced me to send them to her. I wasn't going to. I was going to drive them down there because I thought, my gosh, if something happened to these in the mail, I would lose it. But I'm going to insure them. I've got them scanned in, and I'm going to say a prayer, and it's in the Lord's hands, and it'll be fine. I'm going to pack them super good. I'm going to have, you know, tracking on it and everything. It'll be fine. But it's just a little unnerving. And so the first 2, Heaven and Nature and Faith, Hope, Peace and Love. No, yeah, Faith, Hope, Peace and Love. I'm going to send those 2 out. I was going to send them out today. If not today, they'll go in tomorrow's mail. Oh, shoot. I want to do back stitching there. I always forget to choose back stitching first to do this. So those are going to be sent out. And she said what she does. No, that one doesn't look right. What she does is she'll pull some frame corners that she thinks look good, and then she will send an email to me. Okay, something's got to go. She'll send an email to me, and then I can pick up my frame, and then she'll get the frame ordered and all that. So once she gets those framed, I will drive down to pick them up, but I'll probably wait until I get the 3rd and possibly the 4th one in and send those down there as well. So that way I have to make just one trip to go pick them up. That's the plan, Stan. Thank you. Love the way the barn's coming out. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Daisy. Looking good. Not only all the work you have to have in designing the Flosstube videos for us is a job in itself, and grandbabies. Yeah, it all takes time, but I love every aspect of my business. Flosstube has just really helped me connect with you all. Okay, if I wouldn't have started Flosstube a year ago, I wouldn't be doing this right here and have. And I love that. My entire career has been just me in my studio working, you know, with my agent, and then working with companies to build product and design product. But the end customer that purchased the product, I have no idea who they are. I would never meet them. You know, it was me in my studio. It's very solitary. So this just gives me this, Flosstube just gives me this reach of being able to connect with people and customers and, you know, develop these relationships with y'all. And I just think it's super cool. So whoever started this Flosstube thing, thank you. Does anybody know who started it? How did it start? That tree color is hideous. Do you guys know what that's from? Hideous. It's from The Grinch, the one with Jim Carrey. And I just love that. There's so many one-liners in that movie that just kill me. I'm changing this thread because I think it's awful. I might use mocha. Let me pull from my floss tree. Chickpea. I love chickpea. I use chickpea a lot. Where's mocha? God, mocha, cocoa, and palomino are so similar in color. Let me just show you. Similar, but definitely different. Okay, so I have palomino, mocha, and cocoa. Can you see them? Oh, that's right. I'm just on this little tiny screen, so you're not going to really see it very well. Cocoa is more brown. Mocha is like a tan with a little bit of a, kind of a little bit of a pinkish cast running through it. And palomino has a little bit more yellow. And it's definitely lighter than cocoa. So I think I'm going to go with palomino. And I'm going to try to just change it here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Jeez. Okay, let's hit cancel. Starting over. That's pretty good. Ah, that looks better. Love those colors. Thank you. I'm hoping that one design of yours is turning into a big rug. Crossing fingers. Oh, that punch needle. I know. I got to contact him and tell him I'm ready to send that to him if he wants it this early. He said he wanted it sometime in March, but, or no, I think he said February. Because I remember it was, I knew I wouldn't be able to take it to market. That's why I was going to release that at market. It was my plan in March, but he said he wanted it, I think, in February. So I'm like, oh. Anyways. And then, you know what? I'm just going to continue to pull some colors and let's figure out what colors we're going to use for this puppy. And I use so many of the same colors quite often. Another one I absolutely love is Oscar. Love Oscar. And that's, excuse me, that's a newer one. That's not going to be on. It's not going to be in the palette thing here. So instead, let's just look at this. I have, let's look at the sketch. I have like 4 different greens. So I'm going to say this color here, probably juniper. No, collards. Junipers are really, well, I want it really dark though, don't I? So juniper is really dark. Oscar, and then I need a light green, guacamole. Some of these I don't even know how to say. I like celadon for a light one. Celadon and kudzu. So, sorry guys, I still have that little cough going on. So look at celadon and kudzu, very, very similar. And you know what? I want to also mention something while I got you here. Keep in mind with hand-dyed floss that it can vary from year to year. So if you ever get one of my patterns and you use the called for colors and you say, this does not look at all like hers, it could be just because if it's an older pattern, you know, the floss colors do change over time. I mean, it's not an exact science. All right, so look at different, I keep wanting to hold it in the wrong spot. Can you see? So Celadon has a little bit more light green with a kind of taupey color green. And then Kudzu, I like Kudzu because it's got light green, a mid green, and a darker green. It doesn't really have that brown taupey color. So I'm gonna go with Kudzu, Oscar, and Juniper. So I'm gonna hold these three up. Hopefully you can see it. It's just that little screen. Wonder if I could do this. Ooh, my head would be really big though. If I didn't have it on screen share, you'd be able to see it better. So can you see those? What do you think for the three greens? Dark, medium, light. So I like those, and I think they're different enough. One is more yellow, one is dark, and one is more of a blue green. So our dark green on here, it says Hunter. I don't even know if they have a Hunter because I've never used it. So I'm going to go in, edit this thread, and we're going to put in 2158 Hunter. I mean, Juniper. Done. And then for, let's see. Now what I want to do here is this is 4135 foliage. I'm going to do flash the current stitches. Hold on. That was not right. Why is it doing that? All right. Now it's working. I got to do it again. I'm trying to see where it's at. So I could actually just delete that color altogether. What is mallard? All right, I think putty is, oh Lord. What could that cat color be? I need to change that out. Because putty is actually kind of a green. I think I'm gonna make that a DMC color. Are y'all still with me? I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Welcome, Kim. Hi. Is there a way to tell on here if, how do I know how many people are on? Oh, okay, right there, 34, 35 are watching. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go and grab some DMC, hold on. I don't know how I got so lucky, but look at this DMC 642. I like it. So, palette. This is what I'm going to do. Add thread 642. Beige, gray, dark. That's exactly what that cat looks like. I'm going to lighten it a tiny bit though, because it's showing darker on the computer. I'm just going to lighten it a bit here. Done. Now, let's zoom in. Let me click on the kitty, see. It's pretty much exactly the same. So I'm going to go in here. So I do this a lot too. Go palette, search and replace. I'm going to replace all the putty with the beige gray dark, which really didn't change it, which is fine. Then I'm going to go in here where it says putty, and I'm going to make that one of my green colors. So the leaves, I want the leaves to be kudzu 2200. So palette, edit current thread. And then I'm gonna try to color match it a little bit here. And then I have to go through all the leaves, guys. So that'll take forever. And then I want to add Oscar. So I don't think, hold on. What I saw as I'm color around and stuff, I'll go in here and I'll hit palette, remove all unused threads from the palette. Nothing left. So where's this curry at? Oh, that's right. So I want to change curry. What did I pick out for that? Oh my gosh. Was it Palomino? It was. I just haven't changed it yet. Yeah, I just haven't changed it. My bad. One, two, three, two. Whoops. I like that better. Now, what is mallard? I decided to go ahead and choose on my floss now, just because for the sake of designing and you guys watching me, I think it would be an easier way to do it. So that is, oh, it's just a mess. I am going to do this palette, search and replace mallard with kudzu. I like that. And then remove all unused threads. So that got rid of mallard. Now, this one, palette, flash, those stitches. That's going to be Oscar. All right, palette, edit current thread, 2197. And Oscar's nowhere that dark, so let's change this too. All right. Now for the yellow, I believe I'm going to use chickpea. You guys can see chickpea. Isn't that a pretty color? So palette, edit current thread. I use chickpea a lot. And then we have to go. It's got a little bit more red in it. Try that. Oh yeah, these are my colors. These are my jams. How about gray? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments, so I'm not sure what we're talking about. I don't know how to say your name, sweetie. Chalet? Maybe it's Shelly. Shella. I'm sorry. But she said, I'm keeping her company while she's finishing some cross stitch pieces. How cool. Daisy's got to leave. Business opens here at 9. So you must be in California? If it's 9, because it's almost noon here. So bye, Daisy. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Christine. Oh, yeah, gray for the cat, which I did. Yeah, great minds think alike. So the house is done. The barn is pretty much done. And basically, I was going to work on this till noon. So I'm going to finish the stars. And then I'm going to hop on here tomorrow. It probably won't be as long as it was today. And finish up all these leaves. And then I got to finish the background, the ground, the background ground and the foreground ground. And then get rid of all these other colors that are on here that we don't need. And it will be done. And then it will be for you to stitch a little freebie. Actually, I said I'll be on here tomorrow. I totally forgot. I probably won't. I have my grandkids tomorrow. Unless they both take a nap at the same time. If they both take a nap at the same time, I will hop on here and see how much I can get done. But you know, like I said, it's time consuming, but it is relaxing. It's kind of therapeutic. There's a lot of decision making going on. This kind of work could be, you know, considered super tedious for some. You know, we're all different. We all like different things. But I don't mind this at all. Good thing, huh? Since I kind of do this for a living. All right, so before I go, I just want to say thank you for everyone, to everyone for being here. And I will be back live tonight, but it will be on my Facebook page. So facebook.com/Teresa and I will be doing What You Paint Wednesday by myself because my girlfriend, Kristen from Shabby Perceptions, her and I normally paint together on Wednesdays, but she's still at Disney. So she will be back next week. And then you can join me on Facebook tonight. And I'm going to be painting a intuitive floral. So paint's going to be flying. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, right here in my studio. I said I was going to do the stars and then be done. See, it's like addicting. It's like, I got to get it done. Once I start one, I'm like a pit bull. I shouldn't say that because I have a pit bull and they're not ferocious or anything, but I'm like a Tasmanian devil. I don't know, whatever. I just got to get it done. So I could probably just, all this black, I don't even know what's up with that leaf. What does that leaf do in there? So I hope you enjoyed this. It just gives you a little insight as to how it goes for designers. There's other programs out there. There's other ways, obviously, of designing. I don't know how everyone else does it. This is just how I do it. It may seem a little scattered, but that's kind of how I work. Might be a little scattered at times. Thank you, ladies. You're ready for stitching it. All right, Kobe, cool. All right, so again, I will pop on here tomorrow and finish this up live if the grandkids cooperate. If not, I will finish it up on Friday live here at YouTube. And then as soon as I get it designed, I will be uploading the PDF to my blog, which is teresakogut.com. So thank you everyone for being here. Now you can watch me try to end this video not knowing what I'm doing. So hopefully we'll see. Well, hopefully we'll see you tonight for Witch Paint Wednesdays. If not, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you Friday. Bye now. You're welcome. Thank you guys. Let's see. How do I stop? What is that? That's the recording button, I think. Oh, right there. Stop video. Bye. See. How do I stop? What is that? That's the recording button, I think. Oh, they can't even see that. Oh, right there. Stop video. Bye. It's not working. See. How do I stop? What is that? That's the recording button, I think. Well, they can't even see that. Oh, right there. Stop video. Bye. It's not working. See. How do I stop? What is that? That's the recording button, I think.